Okay, Popper says he wants a 10-minute game. Okay, game on. Now, we've discussed this, and there's no question that a 10-minute game is very different from a 5-minute game because in a 5-minute game early on, you recognize that there's not a lot of time to think. This is a complex game, and if you don't have enough time to think through your moves, you're very likely to make a mistake. There's no question about that. And when you're playing a 5-minute game, it's very, very easy to get down on the clock to less than a minute and suddenly you're rushing, especially if your opponent has substantially more time on the clock than you. It really is quite easy to just get down on the clock and have to rush. And often you'll either lose on time or you'll just make a mistake. So when, what am I doing here? If I create a Yugo here, if I create a Yugo here, he's going to create a Yugo there. Let's block that first. Um, when when we're playing a 10-minute game, it's a very different game because you don't feel as rushed. Well, you're not as rushed. Um, and I'm going to take it now. And it's it's just a very different game. Um, 5-minute games, you just things get frantic at the end of the game. They get very, very frantic, and it's it's sometimes very difficult to keep up with what's going on. I think he's going to take that, but I could take that. Okay, now I was thinking if he creates a Yugo with that, let's take a look. So these two Migos disappear. I was thinking he might build up here, but he chose to build down here. These two Migos on E3 and C5, they disappeared. Now I can create a Yugo here, which is good for me because I have connected Yugos. I'm blocking one end of this, and I'm guessing he'll probably play here on E3 at some point, but maybe not. But I can force him into it, I think. Okay, so that was the best move for him because now I've kind of have to block. I don't have to, but I'm going to. Um, but at least I have a Yugo here. So now if Puppers creates a Yugo here on E3, the good news for me is I only have to block down here on G1. I don't have to worry about this end. Okay, so if I let him have that, yeah, that's not very good for me. So where do I want to go? Where do I want to build? How about up here? Peppers could build a Yugo here or a Yugo here. Either way, it's not great because it's not connected. These two Yugos of mine block. So we chose that one. And I can create a Yugo here. Okay, so the question is, do I want to create a Yugo here on D6 and have C7 and F4 disappear? If I do that, F4 is probably going to be taken by Puppers. Well, that's not harming me at all. But I could create a Yugo here, in which case these ones disappear. These two on E3 and E4 disappear. He's probably going to play here, create his Yugo. I'm going to have to block there and be very careful to leave that. What if I build down here instead? No, this just seems like the right move, even though it's risky. even though it's risky. I'm taking it, and I am pretty sure that Puppers is probably going to fill up on f4, but I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with that. And I'm going to get a little frisky over here myself. I think. How about here instead? Oh, darn it, I'm just going to block. I don't know. But that's, I mean, that really is the difference between a 5 and a 10-minute game because, that time that I just spent thinking about all that, I wouldn't have been able to do that in a 5-minute game. Now, do I want to take this? Okay, so he's just played there. He knows now if e4 disappears, he's got a DPA. So I don't want to do that. He knew that that would be a DPA. So if e4 disappears, he's got a DPA. So I'm going to preemptively block that. And I think I'm going to take my Yugo on a3. I think I'm going to take my Yugo on a3. I could also yeah, let's just take that. Let's just take that. So he cannot remove b4 or he loses. I'm okay with that. That's a pie line. He cannot fill in here. That could be good for me. That could be good for me. Let's block down here. Like I'm under 5 minutes already, or I've taken more than 5 minutes already in this game. If we were playing a 5-minute game, the game would have ended, and I probably would have lost. But I've just been able to talk my way through this, and it's a bit of a tricky game right now. And let me tell you, it's so hard to keep up with what's going on sometimes. Do I want to give him this? Yeah, I kind of do. But then he's going to have that Yugo there. I've got to block down here. Do I want to create here? Same thing. No, I don't think I want to go either way. I think I'm going to build up here instead. But I know I've got to be very careful. Anyway, welcome to Migoyugo. I know we have a few people in the chat who are new to the game, who are new to Migoyugo, never seen it before, and that's okay because it is a brand new game. So don't feel badly if you think I've never seen this game. What is it? Well, it's called Migoyugo and it is brand new. Um, I'm going to go up here, and I think you're going to go here and create a pie line for yourself. Oops! What did you do? What did you do? These three Migos in the middle of the board disappear. You created a Yugo up there. Why? Why would you do that? Because there's a pie line here. Got it. Okay. But that can't be good for you, can it? That can't be good for you. I guess I'm going to block here. You know what? That can't be good for you. I'm not saying it's great for me, but I don't think it's good for you. I think these open spaces in the middle benefit me, even though this diagonal for me is a pie line right now. I cannot play on d5 because that would create a line of more than 4, which I can't do. But if I remove one of those pieces, like so, now I can play here. Now I know you can too, but I can create a Yugo here. What are you doing? Hey, you've got a pie line there. You can't open up. Okay, I see what you can do, and I see what I need to do to block it. If you play on E3, I just block on G1. I think this is better for me. I think this is better for me. Now, if you start building diagonally here, and that's a pie line. That's a pie line for you. You've got to make these disappear, but you can't make this disappear because you lose the game. I think you've put yourself in a bit of a tough spot here. Okay. And I get it. You can create more Yugos, but I don't know if that's going to help you. It might. What do I know? I've lost enough of these games to know that I often don't know what I'm doing. Okay, if I create a Yugo there, you do that, I do that. Wow, this is getting very, 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 very tricky. What if I go here? Then you block with a Yugo. But then I'll have another Yugo here. You've got a pie line there. Holy cow. You have to block. I can't block. Oh my goodness. Oh, I did it to myself again. Oh, GG puppers. Man,